What did your parents do for a living?
My my mama, um, my mama, she was like a CNA, but she passed away. So I mean, she was a CNA since I was a little boy. So until she got sick, then that was it.
How did she pass away, if you don't mind me asking?
She was sick. She had like diabetes and high blood pressure. So she was on like dialysis.
What age were you when she finally passed?
I like 15.
And what about your father?
I don't have no relationship with my father. I know my father, but I don't have no relationship with him.
Why not?
He tried to reach out but at this point, just like he a stranger to me, and I really don't want to get to know no strangers. It's like it's no point now. I'm a grown man now.
Were your parents ever married?
No, they weren't never married.
What age were you when they split?
I wasn't. I ain't never seen them together.
When it comes to your mother, before she passed away, did she want you to follow her footsteps or field when you became an adult, when you got into adulthood?
Nah, she always knew I wanted to rap. She always used to tell people that my son gonna be a rapper when he grow up. I ain't been no CNA.
So she did see the music side of you growing up.
Yeah, I always had like a music side of me. Like I always wrote and played around with music and stuff like that.
How young did that start for you? Or what grade?
I always used to write. I started writing probably like in the third grade, little raps and stuff like that. Plus, I went to like a school that it was like a gifted school, kids that have talents, they encourage that.
Now, in the American society, financially, how would you describe your upbringing?
We struggled. Like, my mama did what she could, but I really ain't get everything that I wanted when I grew up. When I was growing up.
Was this poor? Was this lower middle class? Was this middle class?
We was poor. We stayed Section 8. So that's considered poor.
Was your household able to move up to a higher income group at some point in your life?
Oh yeah. When I got older, we stayed in apartments. Then we got a house. So yeah, we came up. Yeah, we came up a little bit.
When it came to getting that house, were you still considered poor, or did you move up to lower middle class at that point?
Yeah, we were probably like lower middle class, cause we moved to Dunn's.
Where were you previous to that?
Previous to that, we was like we stayed like Lim Turner. Well, that's all in the same area. We stayed in Kendall Court for a minute, but that like right up the street from Dunn. So, but before then, well, no, we stayed in Lake Forest for a little bit too. So yeah.
What age or grade was it in your life when you finally get the house?
I think I was in the 7th grade.
And do you remember how you guys were able to move up to a higher class of income?
Yeah, my mama, she was just working hard. She was just working. And she ended up buying her house.
When it came to those times of poverty for you, what was the biggest obstacle you faced, money-wise, if any? What was the bottom point during that income class in your life?
I mean, when my mama got sick, we went back to the bottom. We went like, she had to give up the house. We had to move to like Eureka Gardens. And like, that was like a low for real.
So you started out poor, you move up to lower middle class, and then you go back to poor again.
Yeah.
Because you were able to experience both sets of income classes, income groups, what did you learn from this? What did this teach you, if anything?
I mean, right, I just have a feel going back to the bottom. I just can't go back to the bottom. I ain't gonna say it like a fear, man, but that's why I go so hard as I do, just so that I don't go back to the bottom. Like, I don't blow my money. I hold on to my money. I spend my money wisely. I just know the value of a dollar for real.
Now, when you go from poor to lower middle class back to poor because your mother got sick, and then eventually she passes away, how did you cope financially with that?
I mean, I really ain't cope with it. Like, it still bothers me to the day. So, I mean, I don't know. I ain't never get over it.
What age did you seek earning money?
When I seek, I always was getting money, like gambling. When I was younger, I knew how to gamble. Like, I knew how to gamble since I was probably like 10.
How'd you learn how to gamble?
I bet cousins.
Cousins on your mother's side?
Yeah.
Were you good at gambling or bad at it?
Yeah, I was good at gambling. I was pretty good.
You looked at gambling as a job back then?
Oh no, I knew it wasn't no job. It was just we come up, make some money.
How would you gamble back then?
Shoot dice. That was my favorite. I shoot dice. Then I used to play cards, like Tunk and shit.
Ever use trick dice?
Nah, I ain't never used no trick dice. It wasn't even, they ain't that serious. I mean, nigga done got into it over a dice game, but we ain't use no trick dice. And when I was coming up, niggas was getting killed over gambling. So, nigga ain't play with no trick dice.
Was trick dice ever used in a game that you played?
Nah, we could spot some trick dice. Some trick dice, I done seen a pair of trick dice before, but I wasn't finna play with no trick dice. I wasn't finna play with nobody that had some trick dice, not about my money.
What's the hint? How do you know if trick dice are being used or not?
Cause the trick dice, it gonna always roll 7, and it gonna always roll 11. The trick dice, it just like, it's a certain click that they make, and then once they set, like the dice will like flip over real quick.
Now, you do get a job at some point.
Yeah, I got a job.
What was your first job ever?
My first job ever, when we were younger, like, cause we used to have to work, me and my cousins, we always used to have to work for like Christmas, back to school. So we used to do construction with my uncle.
Uncle on your mother's side?
Yeah, my mama's brother.
And what other jobs did you have on the resume aside from that? Give me the whole resume, in order if you can remember. Started out with construction.
Construction. I tried, one of my cousins helped me get a job with it was this restaurant they just had opened called McAllister's, like on the beach. I worked that for like, when they first was trying to set it up, I worked for about 2 weeks. But that job just went like fast food, that ain't for me. I can't do no fast food.
Why not?
It's just, I don't know, you gotta make food in a certain time and you gotta set it on the plate a certain way. It wasn't for me.
What other jobs did you have after McAllister's?
I worked like temp service jobs, like Remedy. They had football fanatics, coach, just little ends and odd jobs.
And then what about after the temp service? Any other jobs on the resume after that?
Yeah, I think I worked for the moving company called 1-800-PACKOUTS. That was it. After that little gig right there, it wasn't no more job for me.
Why not?
I mean, a job, it just, the hours probably ain't right. Then what a nigga was getting paid, that shit don't add up.
So just to review the resume, construction at your uncle's or construction with your uncle's?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
No, it was my uncle. It's my uncle company.
Oh, okay. All right. McAllister's, then you did a temp service, which had odds and end jobs within that, and then a moving company called 1-800-PACKOUT.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I asked you this or you said it, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but did you say what age or what grade when you got your first job, which was the construction under your uncle's company?
Yeah, the first time I went to work for my uncle, I had got in trouble in school. I think I got suspended. And my uncle was like, I guess for like a punishment, he let me go to work with him. And he do like cement and blocks and bricks and shit. So he had a nigga carrying bricks and blocks and toting wheelbarrows, shit like that. But I thought he wasn't gonna pay me, but he ended up giving me a little something. That was the first time I went to work for him.
And what age or what grade was this?
I think I was in the 6th grade.
Now, you do end up working for him after that.
Yeah.
And what was your position with him? Within that company?
I was just a labor. I just carried bricks, blocks, made cement, shit like that.
What was your position at McAllister's?
I really ain't had no position at McAllister. That when, I don't know, I just used to go there and go in the back. Well, I think I was a dishwasher probably. I wasn't trying to go in the front nowhere, trying to work the line. I stayed in the back, did dishes, try to stay off the radar.
When you had the temp service gig, what was your position at some of the jobs that you did under the temp service umbrella?
I never really, I mean, what it was. They had us at Coach, they had us, I don't know, we were sorting bags and shit. But I really wasn't doing no work though. I don't know. I always was good at flying under the radar for real, like finessing the system for real.
What was your position at 1-800-PACKOUT?
Oh no, he worked a nigga ass. Shit. He had us, packing people's houses up, moving couches, furnitures, goddamn washers, dryers, all that shit.
Now, did you always work one job after another, or did you ever do two jobs at the same time?
Oh yeah, I think I did. I had more jobs than that. The two jobs that I worked together was I worked Firehouse Subs and I worked at UPS. Yeah, I worked at UPS for like, I think I worked for them like a good 4 years.
Where do these two jobs fit in on our chronological order so far? There's the construction, McAllister's, temp service, 1-800 pack out. Where do you put Firehouse and UPS?
Okay, construction, that's middle school, high school. That's like really my first job. Then McAllister's, that's like right after I graduated high school. Okay, Firehouse and UPS, I think I was like 20, 21 when I first started working them.
And then the temp service was after that?
No, damn. I think I worked for Fanatics 1 year. Like, it was like Christmas time. It like, really, that shit be like seasonal. I worked Fanatics for like a Christmas one time. Like, make some quick Christmas money. Yeah, I had some job.
Fanatics was not part of the temp service, though.
Yeah, that was part of the temp.
Oh, it was part of the temp service.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Coach and Fanatics.
Coach, yeah.
Just those two under the temp service?
Yeah.
So where do you put Firehouse and UPS? Because you did work those at the same time. So you got construction, McAllister's, the temp service, and 1-800 pack out. Where do you put Firehouse and UPS?
I put that like in between. That's right after that's right after what it was, the construction. Not construction, but the
McAllister's?
Yeah, McAllister's.
Okay. And what was your role at Firehouse Subs, and what was your role at UPS?
I was a
Or your
sandwich.
position?
At UPS, I was a loader, and at Firehouse Subs, I made the sandwiches.
What'd you do at Fanatics?
Fanatics, I worked in sorting.
Now, were any of the jobs we mentioned tough?
I mean, construction was tough. All the rest of it, I really never. It wasn't tough on me because I ain't never take it serious.
What middle school did you attend, and what high school did you graduate as well, by the way, since we're talking about middle school and high school in this conversation?
Middle school, I stayed having to go to. I stayed in trouble a lot, so I had to keep going to different middle schools. So I went to Ribault Middle, I went to Stillwell, I went to Highlands, and I kept getting sent to the alternative school. I went to Mattie V.
What about high school?
High school, I went to Ed White, and I got sent to the alternative school, Grand Park.
And which school did you end up graduating from?
I ended up graduating from, they had, like, around this time when I graduated, they were just starting, like, them charter schools. So I went to the charter school downtown called Pathways. I graduated from there.
On time?
Yeah, on time.
Never got held back a grade or anything like that?
I got held back, like, one time, but I ended up getting caught up.
What grade?
I failed the 8th.
And how'd you get caught up?
It was like a program. It was like students that failed like that following year. If you do like extra credit work after school and stuff like that, they'll let you earn them credits to like in the middle of the year and send you to the high school in like the half of the year.
Were any of the jobs that you've had dangerous?
Yeah, construction was dangerous, and UPS was dangerous.
Why?
Construction, it like you might have to work on like high places. Like you gotta be on a scaffold, and you gotta build your own scaffold, and the scaffold might fall. It just a block might fall on your head. Just construction, it ain't a safe job.
What about UPS?
UPS, you don't never know what's in them packages. What's like heavy objects can fall on your foot. One time I had an object fall on my foot, and yeah, that was a dangerous. It kind of messed up my toe a little bit.
Did you go to the hospital? Was there workers' compensation involved?
Nah, they ended up letting me take off a few days. I wasn't finna go to the hospital because they would have drug tested.
Paid days off?
Nah, it wasn't no paid days off. It was cool though, cause they ended up letting me come back.
Aside from you getting hurt in that instance, did you see anybody else get hurt at UPS or the construction job?
Yeah, I seen people get hurt all the time. I ain't actually witnessed the man fall, but it was a man, he fell like I don't know how many feet it was, but he ain't make it.
At the construction place?
Yeah, the construction job, yeah.
What about at UPS? What'd you see?
UPS, I don't know, certain people, they probably hurt their leg or something, arm. It just was little small stuff though.
What was the best thing about any of these jobs, if any?
I mean, I had some decent jobs, but I mean, UPS, they had good benefits. That probably like the only good job that I had was the UPS job. They had good benefits. You ain't have to pay nothing.
What was the worst thing about any of these jobs?
The worst thing about a job, the pay really, all pay was garbage.
Speaking of pay, which one paid the best, even though it was garbage?
Which one paid the best? I mean, the construction job, it paid the best, even though it was garbage.
You ever tell your uncle, this is some garbage pay?
No, we ain't never tell him. We'll say it behind his back. We ain't gonna tell him to his face. Like, we might throw a little hint like, yeah, I worked a little over, like, why did it look like this? But we ain't gonna tell him to his face his garbage pay. Nah, but he know his garbage pay.
Why not? Why not tell him?
His pay garbage, yeah. I mean...
You are family.
Yeah. I mean, that don't mean nothing about some paper. Shit, that don't mean nothing. But my uncle a good dude. He ain't have to give me a job, but I appreciate it. But it's just like I couldn't survive off that.
You never told him that?
I mean, yeah. I told him one time before. I think he gave me like a dollar raise. Yeah, that was about it. But the pay was still garbage. Like, plus I was on child support, so I ain't had nothing.
How many children do you have?
Only got one.
Son, daughter?
A son.
What's the status with you and the child's mother?
No status.
What happened there? Why'd you guys split?
I mean, we were just young, so you know how that when you being young, you think in your head you think something, but it be a whole nother thing. It just ain't work out. We two different type of people.
You tried to make it work?
Yeah. Try to make it work.
What age were you when you had your child?
I was like 19.
Teen dad.
Yeah.
When it comes to the split between you and your child's mother, who broke up with who?
I think it was like a mutual thing.
Okay.
It was just like we'll link up sometime, but it was just like it wasn't working out. So it was probably like a mutual thing. We just decided to go our own way.
When it comes to being a teen dad,
Mm.
and you're 25 now. You were 19 when you had your child.
No, I'm 28 now.
28 now. I'm sorry. You're 28 now.
Yeah.
So about 8-9 years ago, you were a teen father.
Yeah.
What was the biggest lesson you learned being a teen father, being a teen dad, being a teen parent? What did this teach you, if anything? What did you take away from that experience there?
You don't come first. Like, I don't come first. He come first. Whatever his needs is, I have to stop what I'm doing and take care of his needs first. I don't come first no more. That's what I learned.
There may be some other teen parents watching this,
Mm-hmm.
maybe another teen father specifically. What do you say to another teen dad, being that you were once one yourself? Anything you would say to them watching this interview?
Get some money. That's all I could. Kids ain't cheap. Gotta get some money.
When it comes to these jobs that you've had, any crazy stories, anything that happened out of the norm other than what we talked about thus far? Anything crazy happen on or off the clock?
The construction job, it's just, I work with family. I work with cousins and stuff like that. So we always just was lit. So we got crazy, just, it was just wow.
Speaking of a family business,
Mm-hmm.
do they go easy or hard on you compared to non-family employees?
I don't know. I think I got it the hardest. I don't know. His workers used to be complaining, but I think I got it the hardest. When nothing I did was ever good enough, so I don't know.
Was your family closer or farther apart because of this business?
About the same. It's about the same.
Would you ever consider a family business yourself?
Yeah, I bring my people along if I start a business.
Why?
Gotta take care of family. That's the best position. If I'm in a position to give my family member a job so they can take care of themselves and my peoples, that's what I do.